is Susan with Lifeskate.com, celebrating the holidays with Olympic champion Evan Lysacek in New York City. Evan partnered with Ferrero chocolates to help raise funds for Habitat for Humanity. In addition to presenting a check for $100,000 to this worthy organization, Evan also designed a dress inspired by Ferrero chocolates, and it will be auctioned off with all proceeds going to Habitat for Humanity. I was reading in an interview that you said prior to the Olympics you had to say no to everything, and now since winning the Olympics you can say yes to everything. So what's that been like?
Oh, my life has changed drastically, but you're not wrong in what you said. I did try to block out anything that would possibly distract from my training and preparation for Vancouver, and therefore I had a very empty plate. I was training day in and day out, and that gave me a lot of fulfillment and joy, and in turn gave me confidence at the Olympic Games when I needed it most. And since then I've been everywhere around the world, from Asia, Europe, South America. So I've been traveling a lot and taking advantage of great opportunities to work with charities that I care very much about, and all of my wonderful sponsors, and teaming up with them has opened a lot of doors for me as well. But at the same time, I've had to accept that my life changed very much, and I do miss training, I miss skating, but it's hard for me now to pass up opportunities like this to work with Ferrero Rocher, a company that's been great to me, and Habitat for Humanity, an organization that I truly respect.
Where did this interest in menswear come from, or was it always there?
I think through working with Vera and kind of being somewhat of a groundbreaker in skating fashion and trying to bridge that gap between style and sport, and really come out with clothing that had an identity and kind of represented this generation that we're in right now in fashion was important, but it also was a key, I think, to my success. And so just seeing what a large role fashion played in that Olympic win gave me an education about how important it really is, and it led me to want to spread that knowledge and branch off into menswear. And I'm working on a line now, kind of in the second step, looking for a retailer, and I hope it takes off because I think it's a cool line. It's all tailored clothing, so it's a little different than this dress tonight, but this couldn't have been for a better cause, so I was really happy to collaborate with Ferrero and Habitat for Humanity.
What's the timeline? When can we expect to see something by Evan Lysacek?
Oh, I don't know. Right now, I'm focusing a lot on a nutrition line that is hopefully going to be out in June. So that's taking up the bulk of my time. But on top of that, obviously this clothing line is something that I'm working on and taking meetings for. So hopefully within the next year it'll be out. I would really like to see that.
It's a nutrition line, menswear. Anything else? Stars on Ice. Anything else?
Yes, you're right. 5 months of Stars on Ice. It's our 25th anniversary tour, and we're hitting 4 countries this year: Mexico, Japan, U.S., and Canada. Tickets have just gone on sale, so it's a very exciting cast. A lot of skaters spanning many generations of skating and many generations of Stars on Ice. So we're looking forward to getting on the road. The show, I can honestly say the show is the best I've seen in many years. So I don't think fans will be disappointed. And I'm kind of honored to be a cast member on this 25th anniversary tour.
Going back to fashion for a moment, when I was chatting with Vera, and she said that she thought you were going to be one of the best students of fashion.
I think his strength would be to create clothes that bring an athletic component, which I think would be a natural for him. And I think he's biding his time between an insane schedule of performance, working on a business model going forward, and I think that would resonate a great deal in terms of athletes all over the world, but particularly because he has really grown to embrace fashion.
How do you
think I had a bit of a influence.
How do you mentor someone like him who has the talent?
I mentor him because he's willing to learn. He's a very industrious guy. He is very curious. He is not someone that approaches from an egotistical point of view, from a work ethic point of view. And that works for me as an employer of many, many people. I think that if he applies himself to this, the way he applied himself. It's not easy to be an Olympic gold medalist in figure skating. I think, he'll have a great future in his life as a young man.
I have an appreciation for a lot of different aesthetics when it comes to fashion, and I have my own style, but that's not necessarily a style that I would see everyone in or a style that I could see being marketable. So I look and try to learn from her of what we think is really cool but maybe wouldn't sell, or what we could adapt to make something extremely sellable or extremely cool or extremely edgy. And I think obviously I'm still learning. It's definitely a lengthy process, but I do think I'm ready to branch out and attempt to do kind of some of my own stuff.
So you are working with, or you're collaborating with Vera to create your line?
Not for my line, but we're still working on skating costumes. I have some appearances coming up, and she's doing several new looks for me for a show that we have actually airing on Christmas Day called Tribute to American Skating. It's 25 years of skating in the United States, or 75 years, I'm sorry, of skating in the United States.
Being taped in Atlantic City?
Yes, and that will air on NBC Christmas Day, and then I have a little surprise performance I'm doing in January, so we're working on a look for that.
Now, we did a nice pan of your creation from bottom to top, so do you want to kind of walk us through the process of you creating this dress?
Sure. Obviously it represents very much the classic Ferrero chocolate, which is the most iconic holiday indulgence, I think. And the skirt is a representation of the layering of Ferrero chocolates. There's many rich, luscious layers, and so that's where I think, the bulk of fabric comes from. And then adding the gold detailing just gives it a festive holiday flair, and that's what they were looking for, was the quintessential holiday gown.
How long did it take you to create the design?
I worked on several designs, and I had 10 or 11 for them to choose from, and this is the one that the company liked the best. And then, obviously they adapted it to make it fit their brand identity, which is very important. And it's up for auction at FerreroChocolatesUSA.com from December 8th until the 18th. Obviously, it will go to the highest bidder, and 100% of the proceeds go to Habitat for Humanity.
A lot of people are speculating for 2014. What are your thoughts?
I've been training a lot, but obviously my life is extremely busy. I'm in a different city almost every day and taking advantage of some wonderful opportunities. I love my sponsors. I love working for them and with them. I love all of the charities that I'm involved with. So right now, for the first time in my life, those are my priorities. And of course, I'm training and wanting to stay in shape because I'd like to come back and compete, but just as to when, I don't know.
Nationals?
No, unfortunately, I can't compete in nationals. I'm previously engaged that week, but I'll be wishing luck to all the competitors there, and I'm sure missing being there for the first time in many years.
So you're so busy, I guess you haven't really been able to follow the Grand Prix, not as closely as you'd like.
I did see one competition. Vera's really into skating, and she TiVo'd the men's free skate from Cup of Russia. So I did see that, and I saw a good friend of mine, Thomas Werner from the Czech Republic, win his first Grand Prix title. So that was cool to see because I know he's worked very hard.
When you were watching, were you thinking, gee, I wish I was there? Or were you thinking, gee, I'm so glad I'm not there?
Oh, no, I'm always thinking, I wish I was there. I'm never glad to not be there. I love to compete. I love training. And, competition gives me a lot of fulfillment. So I'm always wishing I was there, but also appreciative and enjoying all the other experiences I'm taking part in.
You've won the Olympic gold medal. You're a superstar in Dancing with the Stars. You have a million projects going on. How do you keep grounded with all this frantic activity going on in your life?
Oh, I have a great group of family and friends, and to them I haven't changed a bit, and they keep me grounded because they are kind of my escape. And whether I have the time to be with them, which usually I don't, I can always get on my iPhone and chat to them or text them and just stay in touch with kind of my old life and still live in the moment and take advantage of great opportunities. But to me, nothing has really changed. I still love to skate. I still love all my sponsors and charity organizations I work with, and that's my whole life.